You are listening to Single Smart Female. This is Jenn, explaining the possibilities in your love life and examining your mantourage dating experiences. I am here to help you do life and love on your terms by tipping the scales of love permanently in your favor. So don't forget to text this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends, and let's get started. Hey, your hotness. It's your romantic fairy godmama coming to you today with a romantic fairy godmama quickie. Now, today's quickie is quite simple. So, if you know a little bit about me, I do talk about dating apps and my preferences from time to time, and I'm a big fan over long form versus short form for a variety of reasons. But there is a short form dating app that's not actually specifically for dating that I want to make you aware of, which I think is kind of cool. And what I want to say about this before we start is that as I have gotten older, I recognize, not only has my location changed, but my friendships have changed and a lot of things, transpire. And I do recognize for many, many people, men included, that making new friends at times is very challenging as you get older. But if you know me, I also talk about you're supposed to date your friends, you date your family, then you date your men. So let's specifically talk about your friendships as you grow older. Now, I recognize making friendships was seemingly seamless, or it was seemingly so easy when I was very young because you were in communities together, you just hang out together. There was a lot of pieces that just fit. And as I've gotten older, my friendships have changed, but making new friendships sometimes still feels seamless, but it just doesn't feel quite as seamless as it did when I was a lot younger. So again, when I work with women, and as we get to a certain age, a lot of people tend to be coupled off or in relationships and in family, and a lot of women, all of a sudden, their primary focus is their family, which, by the way, should be a primary focus, but always make sure you're fitting time in, too, for you. And they're involved in so many things. And so I've had clients come to me, and they're dating in their 40s, say, and they're like, I really want to date my girlfriends, too, but they're busy with their families. What do I do? Well, this was actually brought to me. I didn't realize this was out there, but Bumble has a Bumble BFF segment that has been getting, specifically from my clients, a lot of favorable response. So I wanted to bring that to you and recommend it. I haven't used it, but I'm getting a lot of good feedback for it. But it's something I think you definitely should try out. It is free from everything that I can tell, and I don't know how, everything will change with it in the future. But I do think it's important for you to find great girlfriends that you can date, meaning not in a romantic context, but follow the premise of mantourage dating, which is date your friends, date your family, date yourself, and date your men, so that your life isn't exclusively about men, okay? Because I'm going to tell all of you multiple times, meeting a woman that all she cares about is finding true love, and all she can focus on is just men, and she has no life outside of that. It's not sexy. It doesn't work very well. The energy is really off-putting and desperate. And I know you are not this woman. And if there's parts of you that are being this woman, it's time to stop and maybe turn your attention to Bumble BFF and start going and having some great, do some great fun activities with new women and find exciting, because there are a significant amount of single women, and they don't have to be single. I mean, they could be maybe they don't have a ton of kids that they're involved with right now or whatever. I just want to give you more options in friendships, because that's going to be highly effective in your dating life when you have somebody else to focus on besides just the men. And with that said, it's also a great way to build your confidence, because there's nothing that feels worse than wanting to be brave and learn how to mantourage date the right way, but feeling like you have nobody else outside of, maybe a handful of women who just don't have time to spend with you. And I want to make sure that you start to remedy that and start to have a lot of fun in all pieces of your life so that you can feel that connection. I also think that this is a great way to change the makeup of your friends too. So many of you have heard me say that I don't want you exclusively around women who all they do is badmouth their partners or they badmouth men and things like that. It's about finding more like-minded women to include. And I think that this could be an excellent tool for you in that case, because if you spend time exclusively around women who that's all they do is hyper-focus on what men do wrong, it's going to be troubling in your love life long term when I'm helping you create everything that you want romantically, because you're going to keep hitting that wall where, men are the enemy, men are the, the bad guys all the time. And I just have to accept that I'm never going to have what I want. Well, that's all bullshit, but you can start to transform that by upgrading your friend group. And here you go. Here's one tool to do so. Hey, Lover Girl. Thanks for joining me today and texting this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends. If you have a question that you'd like to submit for on-air consideration or want to learn more about working with me, then meet me over at singlesmartfemale.com. See you there.